Good morning, my beautiful people of YouTube.
Does BHB want to euthanize children?
That's actually not what I said. That's not what I said at all. That's what people said I said. What I actually said is that there are some children that are so dangerous, they don't need to walk among us. Our law enforcement should really consider doing better. Not our law enforcement. The law enforcement did great. Let's not sugarcoat this. They did an amazing job out here, bleeding hearts, wanting to save children. Some children are not worth saving, and I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Just like some dogs. Some dogs are too vicious that they have to be euthanized, and we have to take into consideration because we consider dogs animals. Human beings are animals too. We're just a different species of animals. We're all mammals. We are all this, even dogs. They have hair, they breathe oxygen, they give live birth. We are mammals. We are animals.
Thank you, Stacey.
And some of us are too vicious to live amongst the rest of us. And we need to euthanize them like we do the vicious dogs. And that's how I feel. I don't think an age changes what's in their heart, in their mind, and in their soul. I just don't believe that. Us are too vicious to live amongst the rest of us, and we need to euthanize them like we do the vicious dogs. And that's how I feel. I don't think an age changes what's in their heart, in their mind, and in their soul. I just don't believe that. Us are too vicious to live amongst the rest of us, and we need to euthanize them like we do the vicious dogs. As a matter of fact, what I was referring to, if anybody had taken the time to even understand what I was trying to refer to, because I do say things to make people think. I mean, I do have a talk show, and I do push the envelope on that talk show. And it's because in 2005, I don't know how many people know that we executed children up until 2005 in the United States of America. People are going to say, no, we didn't. Yes, we did.
Anything like that?
Oh, you know what? We were at events. That's what people don't understand. We're at events together. I can't stop people from showing up. You know, it's not, they act like I got these people. I have never had, I don't even have a private number of a Proud Boys member on my phone. I have never. I see them at events.
Because people have called you racist because you identify with the Proud Boys. I mean, do you want to
But you know
address
what?
that?
They keep saying that, but you know what? I don't know if they noticed this, but the Proud Boys actually coordinated with the Democratic Party and went out and fed a whole bunch of homeless with them. So if you're going to sit there and criticize me for being out there doing work with them, then I guess you need to start criticizing the Democratic Party because they were doing the same damn thing.
I'm in West Bradenton. I am currently sitting at the end of a very quiet residential street over here by GT Braid Park. These people you see here are protesting and rallying outside of one of our school board member private residence. So we've got Andrew on an amp with a speaker. These people have neighbors. This is not downtown. This is at this woman's home. Here's the neighbors that they're being so respectful of. You know, like I said, this is a residential neighborhood. This is our school board member's private home. And these people are out here with a PA at 6 o'clock in the evening on a weekday. And what they're protesting, what they're mad about, is they're mad because they don't want a mask mandate. Well, we don't have a mask mandate. What we have is masks required unless you have an opt-out. So anybody can opt out. You don't need to have a medical form or anything. Yeah, the other one that shows up at all the meetings or the board meeting. This guy's hat says Proud Boy, as does this one over here. So she has brought the Proud Boys down here to protest at our school board member's house, a school board member who didn't even vote for a mask mandate, folks. We have about 2,000 cases of COVID in our schools right now on week 4. And these guys are out here protesting the woman who didn't even vote to really change anything. We did, in fact, try to do something to get testing in schools. There was that, but by no means is that an infringement on anybody's personal rights. So then, on top of that, they're mad about a millage tax, I think, and which also this particular school board member did not vote for. 6 p.m. on a day, and they are outside her private residence on a megaphone. Proud Boys here hiding their faces. Oh, there's another Proud Boy up there on his shirt. They're screaming out with the commie. Just to be clear, Mary Foreman is a registered Republican. They could pick any number of public spaces, but they are choosing to come and block this road in a residential neighborhood to scream at a woman about things that she did not even do. They're mad that she voted for a mandate, which we don't have one. We have opt-out, and it doesn't even require, like, I could send my kids to school, and they wouldn't even need to wear a mask, and I wouldn't need to sign a piece of paper, and it would be fine. Another board member tried to push for a mask mandate with no opt-out, and this particular board member that they're protesting right now wouldn't support that. And again, 2,000 students and teachers have now tested positive for COVID in our county. A teacher died on Friday. Totally okay to be out here at 6 p.m. on what night is this? A Thursday night, screaming over a PA at this woman's house with all her neighbors around. This is where we're at right now. This is the civic discourse, if you will, of not just our county, but the United States. Am I a communist? Marxist?
You know the funny thing is, you're all alone. You're all by yourself in that vehicle.
It's my kids. Right. Yeah, y'all are acting like this to my kids. Okay, friends, this is the level of... Can you please stop? Thank you. Again, we have 2,000 positive cases in our district schools at the moment, and we've been open about 4 weeks. A teacher died on Friday, and these people are out here in the road in a residential neighborhood with megaphones and hollering and speakers protesting a board member's house who literally would not support a mask mandate with no opt-out, who did not vote for the millage. We have another guy with a Proud Boy shirt. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out loud Proud Boys out here.
Snapping your plate.
He can snap my plate all he wants. They're trying to intimidate me is what they're trying to do, and I'm not intimidated. What have I done other than sit here and film them on a public street where they felt totally justified to be out here in a residential neighborhood? these people, they're elected officials. Yes, they're public servants. So yes, they're in the public eye, but it is not appropriate, in my mind, to then take it upon yourself. This is her residential street. You see all these cars? To then take it upon yourself to go ahead and show up at these people's private homes. That's not where their work happens. You want to go downtown? Fair game. You want to go down a main street? Fair game. But going to somebody's house on a Thursday evening with a megaphone and an amplifier, Al and this woman, I guess, are passing out flyers to her neighbors. This is not protesting. This is not activism. This is intimidation. All of this to me just seems like not okay no matter what side of the spectrum you're on. I wouldn't be supporting this no matter who was.
They're a drinking club with a political problem. Okay. My goal is the next guy who says to himself, hey, I'm thinking about joining the Proud Boys, that they know ahead of time how it's run, that everything you do in those chats, whether it be a video or a voice message or a comment, all of that is kept. And the reason it's kept is so that you won't talk in case something happens. As far as Wisconsin goes, it's definitely more like a cult than a brotherhood. Had some issues post leaving military and was missing out on the camaraderie and the brotherhood type of thing. And so I had gone to the VFW and was talking to a guy there. He said, well, you know, if you're looking for brotherhood, if you're looking for camaraderie, if you're looking for the stuff that you got in the military, but that is gone now because you're out, have you considered the Proud Boys? And we'll all hang on behind. There was a lot of comments that were definitely racist in tone. There were a lot of comments that were anti-Semitic, and it's not like, hey, we have issues with Israel's policies. It was, let's post videos of black men being killed by the police. Let's post a thing that says Derek Chauvin did nothing wrong. Right when the decision came down. What I found interesting was in that chat, there were no black members trying to join. And even at the quarterly and other meets, there were no African-American men there. There were no Native American men there. There was only white people. Honestly, what I experienced was the guys who espoused views that were definitely inflammatory. Those people were promoted because they were fitting in more so with the group. What they say is that they're open to all races, and if you're gay, it's no big deal. They'll give you crap for it, but they'll accept you as a brother. I know it was my choice to join the group. My wife gave me her 2 cents. My family gave me their 2 cents, and I still chose to join the group. Now, I have the police watching my house. Now I have adjusted my sleep patterns to make sure that my family is safe and I'm awake in case something happens.
You're racist.
I've got mulatto grandkids.
You're racist.
I've got mulatto grandkids.
You're racist.
They say things that they don't because they don't know who I am, and it's so disrespectful. And not only that, they worry about all these kids all over the place, but they don't worry about my grandkids seeing this stuff.
Okay.
They say things that they don't because they don't know who I am, and it's so disrespectful. awful. And I'm so sick of it. Saying this based on one video when I was at a bar, intoxicated. Mind you, I'm deaf in my ear, and I was intoxicated. He was supposed to say white powder. It was a trigger video. The guy didn't say that. I was blindsided. I didn't even know about it until the next day when people were calling. And I'm like, we're saying this based on one video when I was at a bar, intoxicated. Mind you, I'm deaf in my ear, and I was intoxicated. He was supposed to say white powder. It was a trigger video. Talking about? That's not what he said. And they're like, yes, Andra, it's what he said. You need to listen to it. And I listened to it, and I was absolutely mortified. But what do? Nobody's going to listen to you, especially people that hate you. They're just going to plaster it all over. They don't care what the reason is. They're just trying to damage you. They don't care what excuse it is.
You said my life matters.
Promo code MyPillow. He's going to get 20% of the sale. Not the children to orphans of dire young ladies. Adam's going to get 20% of the money.
Do it.
Okay?
MyPillow.
MyPillow promo discount code when you check out. At Trump 2024 swag.
Trump 2024.
Let's do it.
White power.
Yes.
Giving information about her lying to her people about, how her ethnicity is one thing. I don't like liars. I don't like liars.
Ethnicity. Can you explain? Go ahead.
She says she says that she is what is the word? I don't want to say Indonesian. I don't know what she calls herself, but she basically says she's an Indian, that she's Indian descent. What is it? I don't know. Help me out here. What does she say she is?
I don't watch.
I don't either. But she's very, very specific. I know somebody's putting it in the chat. Let me see what they put in the chat. It's a very specific word that she uses. Well, she's white as a ghost. Indigenous.
Native American.
Indigenous.
Dude, I'm Asian, but whatever. Go ahead.
I'm a Heinz 57. I've got every single thing imaginable in me. I took my DNA. I bet you if she did the same thing, she would be the same thing. She probably has taken the test.
Any other words for her before I continue?
She's a big old fat bully. Kiss my white little ass. That's fine. Scrolling through the internet, I saw you guys on here, and I said, hey, you know what? Bullhorn Betty needs to be there too.
No problem. I mean, we can all have a rational adult conversation.
Absolutely.
I would like to know, though, why you believe that the way to go about all of this...
I have a few moments to talk about Derek Chavez. Okay, I did hear he was stabbed. You guys understand? I'm not very a happy camper right now. Our prison systems have a duty to keep our prisoners safe. And this is a particular case that I'm not popular for my stance, that I just don't believe this man committed a crime that rose to the level of 25 years, and I will maintain that. And I don't really care how much I get beat up for it. If his actions were willful and intentional, I would say put him under the jail. But that is not what we have here. We have an officer that made a terrible decision on the job that lost a man his life. Period. Okay, this 25 years nonsense is bullshit, in my opinion, if you really want me to be frank with it. And then you put an officer that made a terrible decision in general population or wherever the hell he was, so he could get stabbed, so much so that he is fighting for his life. A man that was dutiful in everything that he did. Did he have some issues? I don't know. I have no idea. Did he make a terrible decision on the job? He did. Thank God every one of us, when we make a terrible decision on a job, it's paperwork. It's a paper cut, right? It's not a life or death situation. That's not the choice that these officers have to make every single day. He was convicted in a court of law, and I have to accept that, and so does everybody else. But it is the duty of our prison systems, our federal prison systems, which you do not want to get me started on the federal government, because I really don't give a shit when it comes to the federal government. I will be the pimple on the ass of the federal government every day of the week if I could. Let me just tell you, if you don't know my disdain for the federal government, let me be very clear on that. This man had no business being there. He had no business. He was just freshly convicted. He has been I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Did he do wrong? Yes. Does he deserve to lose his life over it? No. No, he does not. No, he does not. And this is what I'm going to say to our federal government. Do better. That's been my messaging since I have been making my rounds. I can tell you that. My messaging for my community, for my state, and for our country is do better. That is my campaign. That is my drumbeat. That is my march. Do better. I know some people don't agree. You know, some people think this Derek Chavez guy is just a horrible monster. You know, thank God you weren't put in that position. And thank God it's not you. It's so easy to say we would make different decisions. It's always so easy to judge and to have hindsight after the situation is over and done with. But you know what? You didn't have the experience. You weren't there firsthand. You don't know what the hell happened.
What do you want? I can't breathe. Please, the knee in my dick. I can't breathe shit.
Bro, get up, get in the car, man.
I will.
Get up, get in the car.
I can't move.
I've been waiting the whole time, man. Get up, get in the car.
Mama.
Get up and get in the car right.
I can't.
Gave y'all the opportunity to get in, bro. I told you can't win.
My knee.
You can't win, man.
I'm through.
I know you is never. You didn't listen.
That's stupid. My stomach hurts. My neck hurts. Everything hurts. Get some water or something. Please. Please. I can't breathe all the time.
Climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train. Trying to take away my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Fly me high through the starry skies, maybe to an astral plane. Cross the highways of fantasy. Help me to forget today's pain. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Though the dawn may be come.
A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the currents end.
And dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dare to claim the sky.
But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage.
His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing.
The free bird thinks of another breeze.
And the trade winds soft through the sighing trees.
And the fat worms waiting on the dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own.
But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, and he shouts on a nightmare scream.
His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing.
The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still.
And his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom.